And we're back for another episode of Helmet. It's been a long, maybe 2-3 years. A lot has happened in the last time.
A lot, baby.
A lot of time, like since the last episode we've had, and we're coming back for one special episode. Never thought this would happen. I thought that chapter of my life was over, but we're back for one special episode. Okay, so we got a couple things going on. So we got the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. A lot of anticipation. It is the rematch from a couple of years ago, right? Oh man! So what are your thoughts about the matchup for this week?
Chiefs and 49ers, man. Well, first of all, which matchup are we talking about? We're talking about the Chiefs and the 49ers, or we're talking about Taylor and Omar over here?
Yeah, so in our fantasy league, we had a betting pool or betting pot or whatever you want to call it. Our players choose a team, and two of our fantasy league members are in the finals. One choosing the Chiefs, one choosing the 49ers. But yeah, crazy, man.
Yeah, I believe Chiefs was like I think it was like the 4th pick.
Yeah, something like that.
And then the 49ers was the 2nd pick. So
yeah,
pretty good picks.
Yeah. So I was able to interview some of our league members on the people who have those teams in their betting pool. Taylor, Tupapi Chulo, was able to choose the San Francisco 49ers. He had a couple words when I asked him. He said, I asked him, what do you need? What does the team need to do to win, right? And he jokingly said, we need to score more points than the Chiefs, right? Like, well, obviously, right? That's how you win. You don't win on a tie. You don't win on 0 points, right? But he honestly just said that they need to utilize all the weapons, right, on the offense, and not just use McCaffrey, which McCaffrey's been amazing. He's their workhorse. He's whatever every team dreams of, right? Like in that scene, was it from The Longest Yard? Whenever you see Stone Cold running for a touchdown or whatever, he's like, "That's how a white man runs a football."
That is how white man runs
like that is the definition of that, right? I also asked him on his favorite player on offense and defense. His favorite player was George Kittle. On defense, it was Fred Warner. So two big playmakers on that team, right? The last question that I asked him was, what do you think what the score is going to be? He was very, he wanted 35-31, that's a lot of freaking points.
That's a shootout right there.
Yeah, I mean that's what we all want, but I feel like that's a wish that maybe might not come true, but that's just me. I think.
Yeah, they're both defenses are really good. So
I think what will happen is, for me, one team is going to end up 2 touchdowns ahead, and then it's just going to be a catch-up game for the other team, right?
Yeah.
And now, on the other hand, our other player, Omar, right? What was his team's name? Shake and Bake, right?
Shake and Bake, baby.
So his team was the Kansas City Chiefs, right? When I asked him, what do you think this team needs to do to win? He says, I think the Chiefs need to focus on defense and defeat the 49ers because their powerful offense and as well as their Chiefs offensive line need to step up and give Mahomes more time in the pocket, right? And also run the ball a lot. Oh man! So, and I also asked him, what's his favorite offensive and defensive player? His offensive favorite player is Isaiah Pacheco, who's been amazing this year, right? I saw that somebody said that he runs like he's angry whenever he makes a play. Chris Jones, who sat out for the first couple of games, but he was back in once they scored a deal with a new contract with him. And he thinks, what Omar thinks, it's going to be, they're going to go to overtime. He gave me a score of 29-27. So
that sounds a little bit more
yeah,
in the ballpark right there.
yeah. So
About the overtime, I don't know about the scoring though.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I do hope they go overtime. That'd be a really good thing to watch.
Yeah, for sure. So we got a couple little injuries. One notable injury is Kadarius Toney. I know in the first couple of games he was booty cheeks, right? Couldn't catch a ball, and there was all those memes where just he has his hands out and just can't catch the ball, right? But they're trying to get him back. But Rashee Rice is their workhorse, right?
Mm-hmm. So far.
And
Kelce, you can't forget about Travis Kelce.
Yeah. So one topic that we wanted to talk about is Andy Reid going to retire if he wins? Or is he just going to continue on and just be the new Bill Belichick of, the Kansas City Chiefs?
If I were him, I wouldn't retire. I just stay in the ball game, enjoy this ride with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce that he's on, like how Bill Belichick enjoyed it with Gronk and Tom Brady and Randy Moss and all those. Like Andy Reid had Tyreek Hill, kind of like another Randy Moss, but I mean, he's got to catch up. If he wins this year, it's going to be 3 and 3 more.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes can have it in him to get 3 more.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's barely 28 years old, so maybe.
Yeah, was it Tom Brady was about
12
like
years.
40 something whenever he retired. So he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And he's already way ahead of Tom Brady whenever he was there. So a few comparisons on what do we prefer. So we're gonna go tight end versus tight end. We got Travis Kelce versus George Kittle. Want to add a little note. Travis Kelce, he's been breaking records in the playoff. I know he is first in receiving receptions with 156 receptions. I think he beat Jerry Rice's record. I think that's what they were saying. He's had 1,810 receiving yards and 19 touchdowns in the time that he's been in the league and playing in the playoffs. So, I mean, I don't know what it is. Kelce, there was a couple games this year where, he hasn't been the Kelce that, we all know and love, right? And then George Kittle, he's kind of just been the dependable one, always on, there's games where he doesn't really do anything, but then there's games that he catches like 2-3 touchdowns in a single game, right?
In the games where he goes off, they usually win that game.
Yeah,
because when he goes off, he gets 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. Like,
yeah,
he blows up.
Right. So, if I were to pick, I gotta go with Travis Kelce. He's the one that got me.
Sure. He's the more consistent one.
Yeah.
More reliable.
Did you see that catch he did 2 weeks ago? It was like a backhanded catch, and then Mahomes. I don't know. That was like one of the best plays of the game last week. All right.
Yeah, I saw another play where Mahomes was about to get sacked, and he threw it like in the last second.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce dove for that catch, and the ball was about to touch.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. He just pulls it in.
That's the one I was going to talk about. Yeah, I was talking about. Yeah.
That was really good.
All right, so we're going to hop down to. What did you pick? You pick Kelce?
Yeah, Kelce for sure. He's the more.
Yeah.
Of who would have if the question was who were to have a better game this season, like throughout the whole season, I pick Kittle because he'll when he blows up, man, he just blows up. Yeah. But I mean, Travis Kelce is more consistent. He's it's more likely that he'll have a better game.
Yeah.
But you never know, man.
All right, this one, I feel like the next one's gonna be an easy pick, but we'll see.
Yeah.
For Kansas City Chiefs, their RB is Isaiah Pacheco, who is coming into his either second or third year in the league, and Christian McCaffrey for the San Francisco 49ers. Obvious pick, dude. You can't go wrong with Christian McCaffrey. He is going to score a touchdown or two. When they're in the red zone, it's game over. it's game over. They're gonna make it. They're running the ball. They're gonna give it to him, right? So my pick would be Christian McCaffrey. What about you?
Same. It'll be Christian McCaffrey for sure. And the 49ers would for sure have a better running back game as a whole.
Yeah.
Because even if Christian McCaffrey goes down, they still got Elijah Moore. What was his name?
Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell.
From UL, baby. Right? So,
There you go.
from my hometown. Right? So, it's kind of hard, but yeah. Because I'm rooting for the Chiefs this year, but, always.
What? I'm rooting for. Well, I mean, I kind of know the Chiefs are gonna win, but I kind of want the 49ers just because I want Christian McCaffrey to get a ring. Before his season's over, before he retires or breaks something.
Yeah.
Like that man deserves. He deserved play MVP. I think he deserved MVP this year. I know it's like a quarterback kind of award, but I mean, if there was a running back to ever get that award, it'd be Christian McCaffrey, and he didn't get that award, so I hope he gets the Super Bowl.
All right. So if we're going to move on to wide receivers, some of the notable wide receivers on the Kansas City Chiefs is Marquez Valdes-Scantling. We got Rashee Rice. So we go hop on to the 49ers. We got Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. And, Marquez MVS is a really good player. Rashee Rice is a really good player, but come on, you can't go wrong with Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel on the same freaking team.
It's a good duo.
Yeah. What would you pick between those?
Between all of them?
Well, which team has the better weapons, I would say.
The better wide receiver weapons, I would go with 49ers is a no-brainer,
Yeah. Right.
As the best wide receiver, I don't know, it'll be between Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. I love Deebo Samuel, but Brandon Ayuk has been doing really good. He's been growing on me, so hopefully he has a good game too.
Right.
But it's gonna be pretty good.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up the last two topics. We got the quarterback versus quarterback. We got Patrick Mahomes, who's proved himself multiple times. This is his fourth appearance in the last couple of years, right? So it's like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. We also got Brock Purdy on the 49ers, Mr. Irrelevant, who, if he wins this, right, it's just gonna skyrocket him to what's the word? Not infamy, but notoriety of just being the best, right? And being able to pull a team out of nothing, right? So, for me, I would pick Patrick Mahomes, right? He's been there. This is nothing new to him. This is where he lives and breathes, right? So I guess my pick would be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, for sure. My pick as well. I think I would pick Patrick Mahomes. He really impressed me in that game against the Ravens. How he scored 17 points on that defense. But there's been teams that have scored more on the Ravens. But what helped Patrick Mahomes in that situation, which is our next category, was his defense. His defense held the Ravens to 10 points, which I think it's the most insane thing a defense has done this year.
Yeah.
Hold Lamar Jackson to 10 points.
Yeah. And
if they could hold them to 10 points, we saw what the Ravens did to the 49ers. They completely obliterated them. It was 40 something to 20 something. It was just awful. And for sure, Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback to beat. Brock Purdy, beat the Packers. I think the Lions was the only obstacle he had in front of him. Patrick Mahomes had Lamar Jackson. He had Josh Allen. He had. He just had to play a bunch of teams with a bunch of good defenses and good quarterbacks. And Patrick Mahomes, he keeps proving everybody wrong. So
Right.
I feel like he's a good champion. He's gonna defend this championship with his life, especially now that Taylor Swift is there.
Right.
And for I wouldn't be surprised if Travis Kelce was to win the Super Bowl and the confetti's falling on the sky, and he just makes out with Taylor Swift, and you see him getting one knee, and she gets a ring too that day.
Yeah. I saw that there's some prop bets on like what would happen. One of them is like Travis Kelce proposing. There's one where like the Chiefs win and then Taylor Swift's at the White House right when the team wins, right?
Yeah.
And it's nuts how Swiftie mania is taking over the NFL. All right.
I also saw that there was another bet that they put that the 49ers were going to win the Super Bowl, and that after they win, that George Kittle was going to kiss.
That's funny.
That he was just going to go up to her and just steal a kiss.
That's funny.
But
there's some weird ones too. There was one where it's like that the power is going to go off and aliens are going to pop up. I'm being for real. Like that's a real bet.
Just because it's the 49ers?
Yeah. Well, no. But yeah. Last thing before we call it a night. Just overall pick. Who is your pick for the Super Bowl?
The Dallas Cowboys. Nah, we still believe that. I mean, I want the 49ers to win. I think they have the better team. But I mean, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
And you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. Every time I bet against him, like, I'm not even going to go for anybody this year. I'm just going to enjoy the game. I'm not even going to put a bet in. I'm just going to watch these two great football teams go at it and enjoy my beer.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Well.
But, yeah, hopefully the 49ers win. So I would say that I'm rooting for the 49ers. But, I mean, we all know the Chiefs are going to win. I mean, Taylor Swift, Patrick Mahomes. The refs.
Man, what I learned is never underestimate the Swifties, right? So that's going to be my pick. Patrick Mahomes is going to catch up to me, right? To three, mine is fantasy football, right? But still the same thing, right? Still.
Troy Aikman.
Right?
But he did it 3 in a row, though, so you can't. Oh, wait, you?
Yeah, I did. I did it 3 in a row. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. It would have been nice if we had like the Lions and Ravens, but beggars can't be choosers, right? So we got this is what we got for this year, and then it's going to be a hell of a Super Bowl. I think we're going to wrap things up. We miss you guys. It's been a long time. I don't think we're going to do this again anytime soon. But that's what we said last time. So never say never, right?
And that's what my baby Justin Bieber says. Never say never, homies.
All right, man. Good night.